Assessing students with mild to moderate disabilities. Assessments are tools used to identify the strengths and needs for individual students. They provide an opportunity to demonstrate learning and understanding. Assessments are used to measure mastery of skills and knowledge. Teachers can use assessments to individualize and enhance learning by adapting practices. Students with disabilities often feel pressure of assessments. As a result, they may not test well with traditional practices such as quizzing and testing. Students with disabilities should be offered additional opportunities or alternative opportunities for assessment. Types of assessments. The two typical types of assessments that you find in education are formative and summative. Formative assessments monitor student learning while they are learning a specific content or task. And summative assessments are used to evaluate student learning at the end of an instructional unit. For students with disabilities, it is wise to choose different practices such as presentation, observation, conference and interview, performance tasks, and self-assessments. Presentations are a form of assessment where the teacher can observe a student's learning through their verbal demonstration of skill, knowledge, and understanding. Observations are when the teacher observes the patterns and behaviors of a student during the learning process. Sitting one-to-one with the student and asking questions to prompt and cue the student can help determine the level of understanding and knowledge. Performance tasks are tasks that a student can perform and the teacher can evaluate while they perform that task. Self-assessments are good tools for students to be able to identify their individual strengths and weaknesses and be open to teacher feedback. Technology-based assessments are good tools to use to help enhance their learning experience. Using technology tools such as Kahoot, Quizlet, and Quizzes helps to alleviate test anxiety. Then move away from the traditional testing practices such as pen to paper quizzes and tests. These are fun and engaging and interactive activities that are easy to access and use, and they can be focused on specific areas for learning. Data. When evaluating assessments, it's important to collect specific data. Scores give insight to the strengths and weaknesses of a student learning. Percentile data is used to compare student progress amongst like peers, and mean and median average a group of scores to evaluate best teaching practices to be adapted for the whole of the group. Data collection helps the teachers monitor progress and identify needs for each student individually and collectively. Teachers can modify and adapt teaching practices to improve student learning. Data collection is also important to analyze and interpret individual learning, especially in developing student IEPs for students with disabilities. A good tool used for assessment and intervention is the NWEA MAP Growth Assessment and Intervention Program, which is very beneficial for students with disabilities. Students are able to be assessed based on their level of abilities. This assessment program is adaptable and help to measure literacy skills in mathematics, reading, language usage, and science. The beauty of this assessment is that it will identify needs in instructional areas and it will provide strands for students to work on intervention programs so that they can enhance their skills. Teachers can use this type of assessment and intervention program throughout the year, and it is very beneficial as it is adaptive and interactive and fun for students. Abilities.